So 2024 has been a year. Not my proudest year. If anything, it was probably one of the crappiest years, in all honesty. That mostly stems from the fact from the get-go, it was crap. Losing Ned was the hardest part of this year, without question. I don't think another loss could compare to that, because for me, Ned was family. I've had that dog for about 14, 15 years. So to lose him and to struggle with not only the possibility that it was going to happen and then the eventuality when it did, really hit me that day. I actually can't listen to When We Were Young by Miley Cyrus, because as Dad and I were driving to the vet and I was holding him, that song came on. Like, I can't listen to that song without getting emotional, because I just remember holding him. I remember holding him and just going, it's going to be okay. It wasn't. And we got in, and I was hoping, a tiny little prayer came out of me saying, let there be something to extend his life, please, and improve his life. They were like, do you want a minute to say goodbye? And I knew. I nearly broke my hand because I actually was punching the table so hard. I was crying, I was apologizing. Apologized for what? I don't know, but I was like, I was just so sorry that I couldn't do anything more for him. And, you know, when they did it, they put him down. I had to leave the room almost immediately, man. I had to. I was grateful for my boss at the time. I texted him, I was like, look, we're just after putting Ned down. I'm not coming in. I just can't. On top of that, going from job to job this year, I hated where I was working at the start of the year. I went somewhere else. I hated that job too, but that was because it was the city. And anyone who is in Cork City nowadays, you'll know exactly why you would hate working in the city. Got a job closer to home, but it's again with the nature of retail and working with grocery items. People are just dicks, man. They're just dicks. On top of that, being able to find this new job, finances have been tight. I haven't been able to do a lot of things I wanted to do. Haven't been able to upgrade my stuff like I wanted to do. But it was what it was. The one thing I was grateful that I did do this year was I went to therapy. I went to therapy to talk about me, what I've been through, my problems at the time, what I was suffering with, what I couldn't deal with, stuff like that. And it was good. Cost me a lot of money, but it was good. One of the things that I will say I am very grateful for is that I have made better connections and better friends this year. Talking with people, socializing more with people, expanding my bubble a bit. It needed to be done. One thing I am grateful for is just those people who have stuck by me, people who are just generally there if I need them. I will always talk the bones off Aoife and Una. They're my two best friends. I would take a bullet for either of them. I would also unload a lot of bullets for them if the need required, but they're not as mentally destructive as I am. If anything, they mellow me out, and I appreciate them greatly for that. But we gotta talk about more of the positive stuff that happened this year, because otherwise we're just going the entire way through the video, and no one went the entire way through. We got to do more content creator stuff, which was great. I got to go to IGM twice now. It was really good. Really enjoyed them. You can watch previous videos and see how that went on. Vlogging has been a challenge for me. Vlogging has been a challenge because, for me, while I can talk the ear off anybody, I find it weird in real time to sit down and record, right? I do, because when I look back on it, I go, oh, Jesus Christ, would you shut the fuck up? You know? And, sorry, I spooked Lucy. Sorry, baby. You're good. I was being dramatic. You're good. Just something like I've become very aware of, and I'm trying my best not to judge myself for doing it, but it also makes me go, Christ, do people have to listen to all this? I have been streaming on Twitch more often now. What I do need to learn how to do is to get the Twitch stream onto a separate computer so I can edit it down and do more stuff with that. But that is something I'm excited to do. I want to develop more in this field and I want to give it a go. I like staying active, I like doing things, which is why I was so happy this year that I got to finish Nightwing. Or at least a version of Nightwing. Making it with the EVA foam template that I found on Etsy. There is definitely more I need to work on. I need to get better at doing proper sizing for myself, because obviously with the template that I had, it was more for a particular body type. That is not my body type, and that's okay. I definitely feel the stuff that I excelled in was definitely the shoulder parts. What I need to work on is kind of the shoulders and the chest and the stomach. The gauntlets I was really happy with. What I need to work on is getting it so I can slip it on and slip it off easily. That was a trick that I haven't mastered yet, but now that I started using magnets more, I'm hoping that will improve in that area. I got to do Zorro, which was very funny. As you would see in the other videos that I have posted about IGM Summer, the biggest trick I had with Zorro was carrying around the swords. I had no issue carrying the swords around the con. It was after the con. Getting him onto the bus, getting him through the city centre, without people wanting to take them from me. That was an interesting time. What was really funny was when we were coming back from IGM Summer on the Sunday, was at the same time that there was an All-Ireland match going on. So the city centre was rampant. Eden, in fairness to him, had got me a ticket for the train that day. I had a bus ticket for the following day because I was planning on staying at a friend of mine's, but he was like, hey, if you want to come back today, come back with us tonight and there won't be an issue. The problem was, since the city centre was so packed, getting from even like halfway down the journey down towards O'Connor Street was a nightmare. The streets were backed up, and our ride that was a 40 minute drive turned into an hour and a half to 2 hour drive just so we can get back into the city centre. I remember my friend starting to me, he was like, oh, we're getting back fairly early. I was like, lads, we can wander around the city, we can hang around Houston, it's fine. And so glad I was right, because had we timed it later, we would have missed that train. Because by the time we sprinted, got through the station and out, the train was leaving. So we just about made it. On top of that, with the Red Hood helmet that Kit made, getting to be Batman for IGM Winter, that was a lot of fun. Like, getting to be in that costume has reminded me why I really do need to work out more, because my shoulders were in bits. The way that the straps were done and the way they were attached, it definitely made my shoulders broader and made me have to stand a certain way just to maintain position. I need to get better at my own physical fitness so I can combat that, so I can deal with that. That is another personal task that I have to get done in the new year, and the new year is like 3 days away. So I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself to get things done. However, I feel like I can get them done. So I'm not too worried about that. And overall, I think the thing that I excelled at this year was really just doing. I've stopped trying. I think the best thing I've learned this year is to stop trying with everything. Just do it. I think that's been my biggest hurdle, and it's been my biggest excuse. I'll try, and I'll hold myself accountable for that. I know other people have, and they've been right to hold me accountable, saying, oh, you keep saying you'll try. You keep saying you'll try. I just gotta do it. Overall, like, even though it was a bit of a shit show of a year, I am happy with my progress. Because at the end of the day, a small bit of progress is better than no progress. I'm in a job that I like. I have people around me who love and care about me. I've got 2 beautiful dogs, you know. Yes, that's you, Lucy. I'm talking about you. She's sitting on the windowsill looking at me ever since I said, shut the fuck up. And she was like, ooh. But yeah, I think overall, it's been a decent year. I'm hoping, and we're going to make great effort. We're going to put in intention, we're going to manifest, or whatever, to make it a better year. If you see the light flickering, it's because Lucy jumped out off the window. But that's the plan. We're going to manifest it. We're going to put work into it, and we're not going to let anything get in our way. That's all we can do. We'll talk about plans in the next video. Bye.